welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go ahead and break down paycheck number 2 for May of 2021, and that will be followed by my change jar, my cash envelope stuffing, and that's it. Anyways, I will also be talking about my debt or lack thereof. I will be doing a debt update at the end of this video. So if you want to know about my debt, go ahead and tune in till the very end to see all of the updates I have. Also, I have some not so great news, but I'm working through it. So that will be at the end of this video. But anywho, if cash envelope stuffings are your jam, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, I had to put some stuff on my cuticles because they were super dry and now my hands are super slippery. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and start off with rent, and rent gets $3.59. Water gets $15. CPS Energy gets $30. Travelers Insurance gets $58. T-Mobile gets $50. Grande Wi-Fi gets $21. Subscriptions get $12. Car payment gets $100. Affleck gets $28. Thrive gets $10. Car gas gets $13. Grocery House gets $50. Pets gets $35. Spending Fund gets $60. Dr. Meds gets $60 as well. And then Debt Snowball gets $161. So the total for this is $1,062. Now I'm going to come back and add a little bit more money because I made more money at work this paycheck. I just got paid yesterday, which was Friday, May 14th. Today is Saturday, May 15th, and it is currently 9:49 p.m. All right, guys, so these are my fixed expenses. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my sinking funds. These have actually already been transferred to Ally. So car maintenance gets $24. IMDb Pro Vimeo gets $8. SAG dues get $25. Emergency pet fund gets $35. And then emergency fund gets $35 as well. And that total is $127, which brings my grand total to $1189. So there you have it, folks. These are my sinking funds, and these get transferred to Ally every paycheck. And these are my fixed expenses, and these are what go in my envelopes. So there you have it. I made extra money, and I know that I actually ended up putting a little bit more in my emergency fund to make it into like a round number. So I have to figure out what that was. I want to say I did 60 instead of 35 to make it an even amount, but I will check that and tell you about it in my outro because I don't have access to my phone since I'm filming with it. So, okay, so this is going to go off to the side. I'm actually going to do my change jar right now. All right, that is it for my change jar. It's going, guys. I mean, it's pretty freaking heavy, but it's only like, let me see. It's only about right there. Maybe you can see that. All right, so I will be right back with my cash envelope stuffing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with rent, and rent gets $3.59. So it's gonna be 1, 2, and 3, 50, 5, 56, 57, 58, 59. Okay, so let me go ahead and count that out. That's 1, 2, 3, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. So that's $3.59. And then we have So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 718, so this is fully funded. Then we have water, and water gets 15. So that's 10 and then 15. These are so crisp. 10, 15, and then this has, I think it has 15. Yes. Okay, so this is 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So this is also fully funded. Okay, so then electric gets 30. So that's 20, 30. So that's 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. So 280. Okay, now we have car insurance, and car insurance gets 58. So 58, so that's 55, 57, and 58. So 55, 56, 78. And this has 20, 40, yeah, so it has its other amount. So that's 50, 70, 90, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is fully funded. Okay, then we have T-Mobile, and T-Mobile gets 50. And it's got 50, so now this is fully funded as well. Then we have Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi gets 21. It's 20, 40, 142. Then we have subscriptions, and they get 12. So it's 10, 11, and 12. That's 10, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24. Then we have car payment, and car payment gets 100. So now it has 1, 2, 20, 40, 61. 261 is what it has in this fund. Then we have Affleck, and Affleck gets 28. So that's 25, 26, 27, and 28. 25, 26, 27, 28. So it has 20, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So this is fully funded. Then we have Thrive, and Thrive gets 10. Okay, then we have Gas, and Gas gets 13. So that's 10, 11, 12, and 13. So now this has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 162, 63. So So $63 is what it has. Okay, then we have food, and food gets 50. So that's 20, 40, and 50. 20, 40, 50. Then we have pets, and pets gets 35. So that's 20, 30, and 5. 20, 30, and 5. So now they have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 15. So they have 115 in their pet fund. Then we have spending fund, and spending fund gets 60. So it's 20, 40, 60. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 180, 283, 84. $84. Then we have medical, and medical gets 60 as well. It's 20, 40, and 60. I've definitely been using this. I'll have to tell you guys in the outro, I've got some updates as I mentioned in the intro. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So $190. Okay, and then we have Debt Snowball, and Debt Snowball gets 161. So that's 100. Let's do a 50, 60, and 1. So that's 150, 60, and 1. And this has been depleted because I paid off some stuff, which I will talk about at the end. So now I also have all of this cash left over because my paycheck, I normally make $11.89 every paycheck. I made $17.39 this paycheck. So because of that, I've got all this extra cash, and I think it's definitely going in Debt Snowball, and I'll explain what it's going towards at the end of the video. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 70, 90. So I have 490. And then how much did I put? So I'm trying to do the math. So 490 plus 1189 equals to 1679. So I believe it was 1739. Yeah, $60. Okay, cool. So I did transfer $60 into my Ally account. So it was $17.39 total that I made. So all of this is going to go into Debt Snowball, and I will tell you what will be paid out. Oh, it's a lot of money. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 40, 51. 651 is going into Debt Snowball, you guys. 651. There's that. No self-care, but I'm getting close. I'm getting close to self-care. And then these payments are actually becoming my sister's payments. So we already have 40, so I only need 35 for this one. So I did say that I was going to add stuff up into this. So let's go ahead and add, for Debt Snowball, we're going to add 490 right here. So then this total changes 1552. And then it also changes for this because we're adding the 60 that I added to my emergency fund. So now my total is, wait, it should be added to this. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, scratch that. So then this changes, right? And we add 60 to this. So 60 to this makes that 127 plus 60 equals to 187. Okay, so now my grand total plus 1552 equals to $17.39. Yay. All right, guys. Okay, so that's that. So there you have it. These are my cash envelopes. There's a lot of them. And then this is my breakdown. It's my conscious wallet. You've already seen my change jar. I will see you guys in a bit. And I'm back. So there you have it, guys. That was my paycheck breakdown number 2 for May of 2021, my change jar and my cash envelope stuffing. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Also, how freaking awesome is it that I made like over $500 extra for this paycheck? I have been doing a lot of overtime, as you probably, if you joined me for my last, sorry, I feel like I have like a hair in my mouth, but I don't know where it's coming from. But if you joined me for my last video, I was in the comments talking about how I've been doing 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. So I'm doing 8 to 8 Monday through Friday. And then I have the weekends off, kind of off. Like today, I woke up like around 8 and I was out the door by 8:30 and I ran errands for myself and for my sister Alice until 8 o'clock in the evening. And I got home like at 8:15. Hence why I'm shooting this video so late, and I will probably edit it tonight after I eat. I know I'm definitely taking on too much, and at some point I'm gonna have to take a sort of break. If not, I'm just gonna like fizzle out again. But right now I'm just gonna keep going until I can't. So anyways, I have a couple of updates. So I'm gonna start off with the good. I am pretty much almost, after I pay 2 things, which I could definitely do within the next few days, I will be completely out of debt. Now, if you joined me in this journey, I think I started this channel in 2018. I was in a ton of debt. That included credit cards, that included money that I owed to the IRS. And then I ended up taking on the debt of a car. Now, the car I wasn't incurring interest on because my mother-in-law paid for it cash, and then she gifted me half of it. And then I was paying her half back without interest. So that one was just kind of like, you know, it wasn't terrible. The IRS, on the other hand, and the credit cards were like eating me alive. So let me reach in for my notebook. Since 2018, since I started this journey, even though at times I overspent in certain areas, even though at times people make comments like, oh, you shouldn't have that fund, or you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't give yourself this much, or, you know, things like that. Despite all of that, I have paid off. Oh, I just realized I did not do a total. So let me get a calculator. It's the weekend. I'm wearing my jammies and literally it says weekend. Sorry, okay, let me just get the calculator going and I will tell you how much I have paid off. Okay, so since I've started this journey, I have paid off a total of $27,034. How crazy is that? Since 2018. So that's what, 3 years? 21, yeah, 3 years, $27,000. Well, $27,034. That's insane. How is that even possible? Let me see, 14, 21, yeah, 27,000. What? Holy moly. I just like, by adding that up, that's like insane to me. And now I'm about to pay off $1,203.02 because I owe $1,000 to the car because they gave $2,000 last week. And now I have enough to pay in my debt snowball and the car payment. I have enough to pay the last $1,000. And then there was like a $203 medical bill that popped up that I did not expect, as always. And there was actually something else that popped up. I took in my car today for an oil change and they added windshield wipers and all this stuff. And I had been having trouble with my push start and they thought it might be the key, but then they ran a diagnostics. So anyways, I ended up spending $253. Thank God for my car maintenance fund, but now it's like at $70 because I had paid for registration, you know, this year, and then I had paid for registration the previous year and for the inspections and stuff that you have to do here. So it's at $70 now. So the push start is basically I have to buy the part, and the part is about $129 to $143 depending on where you get it. And then if I go with Midas, they'll charge me about $179 for labor. I am going to shop around a little bit. I'm going to go to the actual dealership to see what they'll do. The only thing that scares me is that they're gonna wanna run their own diagnostics, and my car is no longer under warranty. So I feel like I'm gonna end up spending more money for them to run the diagnostics that was already run and them to tell me that that needs to be changed kind of thing. So I might just go to like a random place and just get like a second and third opinion about like what it would cost for, you know, labor, and could they order the part or I can order the part, you know, and such and such. But anyways, that's gonna run me about $300. So that is something that's popping up along with that medical bill. But with the overtime that I'm doing, I should be able to do that without having to use my credit cards. So let me go through the breakdown. So these are all basically from 2018, except for the medical bill and Midas, which I still, or not Midas, but the push start button. So from 2018, for my IRS, I paid off $14,007.68. And then for my car, I'm not going to include the $1,000 because I haven't paid it yet, but I will be like tomorrow. But from 2018, I've paid $7,027. Also from 2018, I had credit card debt. I have $6,000 and I have paid that off. So all I have left is $1,000 for the car, which I already have, $203.02 for the medical bill, which I already have, and then whatever my push start button thing ends up being, which is going to be like, I'm going to guesstimate about $300, maybe $350. And I don't have that, but I will. My next paycheck, I'll easily have that and be able to put that in my debt snowball. After that, done. I am done. I'm gonna build up my emergency fund and maybe put some money towards traveling, because hopefully we'll be able to travel. Oh, and my husband got his vaccine today. He got the Johnson & Johnson one. I got Moderna. So now we're both vaccinated. So we're pretty excited about that. I think we're gonna go visit his mom in Orange County, and then maybe I'll do a little drive up to Los Angeles sometime in June, which I'm really, really excited about. But anyways, there you have it, guys. I have literally paid off almost $30,000 in debt in 3 years. Like, that's amazing. That's what, $10,000 a year I was able to pay off just by doing this crazy system, which was a mishmash of like Dave Ramsey and like Susie Orman and like One Big Happy Life and the Financial Diet. And, you know, I think it's Alyssa Nicole and like just some people that I watched, you know, I just kind of like ran with what I liked of each system and then just did it. And sometimes I doubted myself because I'm like, maybe I do have too many categories. Maybe there's stuff I should cut back on more. Maybe there's this, maybe there's that. But the one thing that I did want to do is have a nice balance. Like, for all of the great things that Dave Ramsey's plan does, I do feel that your life is not like, I don't know, like you're not living your life because you're just not doing anything in order to pay all of this debt, which I get, I totally get. But with the way that I did it, I was still able to live my life and do things that I wanted to do and still pay off $30,000 in debt. So I guess like my whole thing about this is that do what feels right for you. Don't let anyone discourage you, because there will be naysayers, because they're always naysayers. They're always people that think that they can do it better than you can. And maybe they can, but it's just not your style. It's not the way that you want to do it. So I'm just so happy and relieved and just, I'm like, oh my gosh. Now I can focus on like really, really, truly fixing my credit. I don't know that what I can do about old debt, because it's like so freaking old that it's almost falling off of my credit report, but it's just something that I do want to try and figure out. So that is going to be one thing that I'm definitely going to focus on. And then of course, building up my emergency fund for 6 months, because I definitely think that I can accomplish that, and saving money for travel, maybe also starting like a Christmas fund again, and like a fund for my husband for like his birthday and like our anniversary and things like that, which I used to have, but then I took out completely, and having a self-care envelope because I desperately need a massage. So yeah, I'm just super, super, super stoked. Like $30,000, $10,000 a year since 2018 with my fluctuating income. And yeah, it feels good. It feels really good. Wow, I think I was getting emotional about it. But anyways, on top of that, like I'm actually like working with my sister now. I am taking care of her as well. So I'm having that little bit of income. So I'll definitely be able to build a nice little chunk of money in order to like even give myself more spending fun. Because let me be like totally honest with you guys. Like I've paid off this debt, right? But like I had savings, you know, and I would give myself like $50 every 2 weeks. And it was never $50 every 2 weeks because I would like dig into that spending fund because as y'all know, I'm a swiper and I didn't necessarily always leave my card at home. And so I would indulge. So like, you know, truth time, I did. I'm still doing that, you know, because it's not a real, like, when you do this, make sure that when you're giving yourself an amount for your own personal spending, like for me, it encompasses like eating out, buying clothing, buying makeup, whatever, I put that all like under spending fund, but give yourself a number that you know that you'll actually be able to sustain, something that you know you won't go over because you're giving yourself too little because you're trying to really save and really do all those things, but then you end up spending the money anyway, or you end up like taking from other accounts. So I never took from other funds, but I did dig into the little bit of savings that I had in order to indulge in things that I wanted, which wasn't great. But, you know, it happened because I restricted myself in that area so much because I felt guilty. And honestly, I felt people were gonna like kind of rag on me about it, you know, like because I used to give myself $300 monthly, so $150 every 2 weeks, and I got a lot of really bad comments. And then I was just like, I felt like crap. I was like, oh, like maybe I am like overspending too much, like maybe this, maybe that. But you know, it's like, it's my money and like I'm working for it. So, you know, if I want $150 every 2 weeks, and I want $150 every 2 weeks. So mind your own business. I mean, like, I know I'm putting all of this out there on YouTube and people are going to say what they're going to say, but don't let it affect you. Like if you're doing this, like putting it out there like I am, don't let those comments affect you because they don't live your life. They don't make your money. And, you know, you just got to do what you got to do for you. So that's my advice. And even if you're not putting it out there for YouTube, just make sure that everything that you give yourself is reasonable. Obviously, make sure that all of your monthly bills are, you know, accounted for, and then make sure that it's reasonable what you're giving yourself so that you're not overspending later. So yeah, guys, okay. So anyways, I'm gonna move on to a little bit not so great news. 2 things happen. So I'm back on keto. I started on Monday the 10th. And so this is my 6th day on keto. And I'm actually filming the journey. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to film it because every time I try and film the whole keto thing, I get overwhelmed by all of the footage. Just like I get overwhelmed by all of the what I spent this week footage, but I actually like those videos, so I still shoot them. But anyways, I started keto and so it's my 6th day. So let me go ahead and start from the beginning. So last year, I was getting all of these tests done with my ENT, which is ears, nose, and throat doctor, because I have a lot of issues with sinuses. But along with that, for the past few years, it's been probably since like 2010, 2011, I've had episodes of really bad vertigo where like even my eyes flutter, like they go like this and they go like this, and if you're looking at me, you can see it. And the vertigo is so bad that I can't stand up and I'll like pass out or like get nauseous and start throwing up, and it's just really, really bad. And I have really bad migraines that start behind my eyes, so like ocular migraines, and I get auras. So auras basically is that you can tell when you're going to get a migraine because like you start getting the excessive saliva or like the vision changes or you know, things that just let you know that you're about to have one. And I'm also very sickly. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know that I'm very, very sickly. I constantly get sick. Like stress makes me sick. Anxiety makes me sick. Like I'll get flu-like symptoms. You know, I'll get fevers. I'll get really bad headaches. I'll get the chills. I'll get body aches, things like that. I'm a very, very sickly person. And, you know, so just kind of kept living with it because nobody could tell me anything. I was told that my immune system was fine. So that they don't know. I just got sick. So anyways, I ended up going to my ENT doctor here because my GP referred me to her to see what was going on with my sinuses. So she ran a bunch of like auditory tests and things like that. And she noticed that I did have a little bit of hearing loss in one of my ears, but nothing major. And so they were trying to figure out where the vertigo was coming from. Like they wanted to know if it was from the sinuses or maybe I had an inner ear thing because I suffer from a lot of ear infections and a lot of sinus infections. And they had also done like this therapy of like aligning and moving moving certain ways, like to see if that would help. I forget what the test is called, but they just move you in certain ways to see if that helps. And they checked for crystals, I guess, which could build in your neck and cause this. But anyways, she ended up recommending that I get an MRI. So we set an appointment for an MRI, and it took 3 tries for me to actually get it because I'm super claustrophobic. I found out. So I went twice, didn't get it. The 3rd time, they had to sedate me, and it happened. So I didn't end up getting the results from that, like, ever. I kind of forgot about it, honestly. And I was like, well, if it's something bad, they would have called me. And then I had gotten a bill from them for like $18. So I called them and I said, like, hey, like, calling to pay like this $18. But also, hey, did we ever get my MRI results? And they're like, you didn't get your MRI results? And I was like, no. They're like, oh, okay. Can you like hold on the line for a second? Because we're going to try and see if we can get Dr. King to talk to you. And I was like, okay. So then the girl came back and she was like, okay, Dr. King's ready to talk to you. And the first thing the Dr. King said was like, okay, don't get scared because we have a plan. We didn't find anything wrong with your inner ears, but we noticed in the MRI that part of your pituitary gland is missing. So you have half of an empty cell, and that half of the empty cell is filling up with your spinal fluid. I was like, that doesn't sound great. So she's like, so you have this thing called pseudotumor cerebri. And basically all of those symptoms that I've been experiencing are caused by that, because basically what's happening is that I have all the symptoms of a brain tumor, but I don't have a brain tumor. So the ocular migraines and like there was one thing that I forgot to mention is that I feel a lot of cranial pressure. So I'll sometimes tell my husband, I'm like, my head feels full. And that's the only way I know how to explain it. It's like it feels full, like it feels like it's gonna burst, like almost like you're underwater and you're not breathing for a really long time, and your head just feels like this insane pressure, and it like makes your eyes almost close. So all of those things, cranial pressure, vomiting, nausea, vertigo, dizziness, which I guess there's a difference, the ocular migraines, pressure behind the eyes, sinus infections, very sickly, like flu-like symptoms, depression, mood swings, and what else? Excessive exhaustion or tiredness, anxiety, all of those things are part of that. And I was like, okay, well, what do we do? And how did my pituitary gland go missing? And she's like, we don't know. Have you ever had a concussion? And I'm like, yeah, I've had 3. She's like, that could be a reason why. And as you all know, if you've been watching my channel, I did talk about in that episode about like budgeter who's bipolar. I talked about the fact that I got ECT sessions, so electrocompulsive therapy. So I had 7 sessions of those in 2012, at the end of 2012. And it completely changed my life. And it's not as barbaric as people think. It's not like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest kind of thing. It's you're sedated, they do it, you wake up, and that's it. Like you just kind of go on with your day. So that's another possibility. Or the other thing is that maybe I just never had it because I've been experiencing these symptoms for so long that it's just maybe something from like birth that they just never caught. So plan 1 is that I have to lose 45 to 50 pounds of my body weight, and I'm on a super strong diuretic daily, twice a day. And I'm being given 3 months to lose the weight and to see if the diuretic works. If for some reason the weight loss doesn't help and the diuretic doesn't help, the next step would be to drill and put like a stent in my head in order to drain it. Now, she said they would drain it out. My GP said that they drain it into my stomach. So I'm not sure, but neither of them are a neurologist. So I have to wait to go to a neurologist, which they're waiting on giving me the referral because they want me to see if I can drop the weight by myself and use diuretic. And hopefully that added pressure that my weight is adding and the fluids in me are adding, that maybe that'll help it drain out. Hence, I'm on keto again, but I'm taking it way more seriously than I was before. Even though I thought it was pretty serious before because I really wanted it, I mostly wanted it for vanity reasons. I wanted it for my health, yes, but that was like second. It was just more like, I want to look good. But now it's more like, I want to live. I don't want to have a hole drilled in my head. So like, it just feels like more like I really need to do this. So that's kind of the plan for right now. I know I only have 3 months, so I'm trying to be very, very strict with how I'm doing keto this time around in order to lose it. And I'm going to start working out next month because I want to do so many things all at once. And then she did tell me that if left untreated, one of 2 things could happen. So the first thing would be that I would go blind, and the second thing would be is that I would have heart failure. That scared me straight for sure. So I'm definitely pretty serious about this keto stuff. And then I went to my doctor on the 11th and I got a lot of blood work done, and I got my results the day after, and he told me that I was diabetic. So now I'm type 2 diabetic. You know, you can reverse it with diet, weight loss, and all that stuff. But I probably will be either getting on insulin or metformin, I think. So that's just another little added element to all of this stuff, which isn't great. But I paid off my debt. So that's a good thing, right? Like I want to finish it on a good note. Like I paid off my debt. I got an air fryer. My husband's making chicken wings right now. I got a job that is good and I enjoy. I mean, I don't want to say that I enjoy because like the work that I do is like, kind of sad, but I like enjoy the people and it's like something that I know how to do, and I'm able to do overtime. I'm trying to look at all the positives, guys. I'm helping my sister, so I'm making a little extra money there and also helping her. And yeah, I mean, so there's good things happening, and I'm on keto and I'm going to follow it this time, and I'm going to give it my all and, you know, try and lose that weight for sure. I don't know that I can do the 45 to 50 pounds in 3 months, but at least definitely like 30 pounds or whatever, and see if that helps. So there's good things, and there's good things in my life, but then there's those 2 really not so great things. But I paid off my debt. I'm going to say it again, $30,000 of debt in 3 years. Anyways, guys, that is it. I hope that wasn't a super downer, but I wanted to tell you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that you guys are still sticking with me and are still coming back. And as always, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so now, and then ring my bell so you can stay updated on everything that I have coming up, and then please like and comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.